So in this video, I'm going to show you how I'm using this Google Sheet system, which I created, to help me take products off of a supplier page, for example, this supplier page, and I'm doing that in order to find profitable products such as this one, $14.40 at the supplier, while the equivalent product is $24.99 on Amazon, and then calculating the profit either with the Chrome extension or on the Google Sheet itself. I can see the ROI of this product. In this case, the Chrome extension is telling me 17% ROI for this particular product, which is a good ROI. And I'm going to show you how to actually get the supplier data off of the sheet in bulk and get it onto this Google Sheet, and then actually match the products to Amazon and get your profit and find profitable products. So stick around, and I'm going to show you what to do in this video. So in the previous video, I showed how using this more obscure supplier, Entertainment Earth, you could find some highly profitable products here right away on the outlet deals page of this supplier. And for example, there was this product which is only $11 right now with the outlet deal, but on Amazon the product is going for $45.99, which when you punch that into this Chrome extension seller assistant app, it calculates the profit at $19.99 for FBA, $27 for FBM. Of course, you have to subtract the shipping here, but the point is it is highly profitable at 165% ROI. And then if you look at this other product, $66.60 on the supplier, Entertainment Earth, and then it goes for $122.91 on Amazon with the FBA fees of only $11 and change. Again, highly profitable product at about 27% ROI. So now, my thing is that there have got to be more products on this page that are highly profitable, but they may not be right here. They could be on page 2, they could be on page 3, but there might be, there should be, I would imagine, more products on here that I might be able to do profit for on Amazon. There's 1,066 products here on this page overall. So the thing is, to leave this page and to come back and to source products, it's not very organized, because how do I really mark off the ones that I've already searched? I don't have the products in a list form to really come back and mark off the products that I searched. Also, I have to open each product individually this way so I can get access to that title, and then I have to manually right click and search Google. So you see there are a few things that kind of would slow you down if you really want to go through a lot of products. Okay, a large number of these products from the supplier, and really navigate and see if you can locate them on Amazon and see if they're profitable. So what I'm going to present to you is a solution that I've come up with, which is this Google Sheet system, where we're going to be able to scrape the data from Entertainment Earth right now with this Chrome extension, free Chrome extension, and then I'm going to pull the data into the Google Sheet system and source the products here with some links and see if I can find products that are profitable that way. So basically, the first things I need to actually scrape all the product results with the Chrome extension. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that instant data scraper. And when you click on that, it's going to actually scrape it into a CSV file, which you can see the preview. The main thing is it should have product titles, and it should have links, URLs. You can see it has all that, and it should have prices as well when you scroll over. When I click CSV, I'll be able to download the file into a CSV right away, and now you can see the products have been downloaded. So now that I've downloaded a CSV, I'm going to go to this Google Sheet system, and I will go to the IDS CSV, Instant Data Scraper CSV tab, and I'm going to bring that CSV data into the system. So I'm going to click on File and then Import, and I'm going to actually upload it since it's on my computer, download it from the Instant Data Scraper. I'm going to select a file from my device, and it should be, if I go to downloads on my computer, it should be my most recent CSV, Entertainment Earth 4. I'm going to click on Open, and once I do that, it says Import File, Entertainment Earth. I'm going to click here and click on Replace Current Sheet, and then Import Data. Right, replace current sheet, and then click on Import Data. It's important that you select Replace Current Sheet. Very important, it has to be inside this sheet. And you can see all of the links for the products are in here, all the product links are in here, all the titles are in here, even the item numbers are here, descriptions, we have prices, the old price and the new price as well. Now I've already created what is called an Instant Data Scraper columns map, where basically I'm matching up the columns from Instant Data Scraper with columns in my Google Sheet. So the titles come from this column, the product link. I know that the URLs come from the product URL href over here, right? Product URL href. So it's matched up already. I've already have a plan. The item price is matched up with the prices dollars, right? If you look at ID as CSV, item price, that is the price is dollars. So that is matched up with these columns that I have here, right? There's no brands in this case, so there's no brands column in this ID as CSV, so I don't have to worry about brands or anything like that. Right, so all I do now at this point, I don't have to do any copy and paste. Rather, I'm going to click on Import Instant Data Scraper CSV, and when I click on that button, what it will do is go to that CSV. It's going to look for that map that I have here, and it's going to try to match these up. Now, one thing I didn't do, I'm going to cancel it, which you have to remember to do is change the supplier right here that you're working with, because they all have different maps. So this one is entertainmentearth.com, and yes, you can create your own map yourself right here. If you have a supplier that's not here that you want to work with, you can just create the map yourself as well. But right now, just working with Entertainment Earth, I changed this to Entertainment Earth. Then I click Import Instant Data Scraper CSV, and that should bring in the product data from all those Entertainment Earth products off of the page that I scraped, which again, I scraped this particular page, outlet deals. Okay, so I scraped the first 60 products, which is probably whatever's on this first page. If I want to go back and scrape more, I could always go to a second page. But you should see the data. It does say run a script. It may take time for this data to come in. So while it's doing that, I'm just going to discuss that you can go to other pages, keep in mind, and then you could scrape more products. So you see showing 61 to 120. That makes sense then that the first scrape I did was 60 products because that was 1 to 60. So now you're going to go to 62, 1 to 20 to 120, and then you can scrape another 60 products and bring those in here as well when you're done with these, right? And that is basically the idea. It's still run the script. The prices are what take longest. I don't have to wait for the prices. I'm going to let it run, but I'm going to go ahead and continue my process. Now, here we have automated links. One is the supplier link, second is a Google link, and third is an Amazon link. Supplier link means that whatever URL is in here, that when I click this asterisk, it's going to open up that product link right from the source, right, at the actual supplier. Google means that when I click on that link, it's going to Google the product for me automatically instead of me opening the product, highlighting the title, instead of going through that whole process. No, it's just going to go ahead and Google that product for me right away. Then I can now go through and I can find the same product on Amazon. For instance, here's the product on Amazon, and now I can take the link, the URL up here at the top, okay, the Amazon URL, and what you will do is just paste it right here. I suggest you use paste special and values so you can keep the color on the page, and that will paste the URL. And then if now if you need to get ASINs, I can show you we can get the ASINs later, but right now I'm not, at this very moment, I'm not concerned about the ASIN. Right now I'm just you know, put in the product link, and I'm going to show you that I can open the product on Amazon later by using that Amazon link. But the main thing I want to do here is to say, well, let me look at some products that perhaps I haven't already looked at, and you can pretty much just scroll through these and you can just go to other products and you can just keep Googling the products. And I might have already looked at some of these before. I'm going to, meaning in the previous video, I'm going to go just kind of drop down and just show you the process of how I could just Google some other products there. Right, and first of all, I'm going to open the product at the supplier just so I kind of know what I'm looking at. This is Batman Last Night on Earth, right? He's $16.20. I want to kind of make a mental note of what that product costs at the supplier right now, and kind of a note of what the product looks like. So as I try to source it, not source it, but rather match it to Amazon, I'm going to see if there's a good price difference. The price difference here is not very impressive, of $16.20 versus 1950, you're not going to make. I already know I'm not going to make a profit on this with FBA or probably at all. So I would just keep going. So what I did is I went ahead and I took some time to find a couple products that were profitable from this set of products, and I still haven't been through all of them. Here's one, which is a Star Trek Starships product. I'm going to go ahead and show you that product. Supplier, our supplier here, Entertainment Earth. It is $14.40 at the supplier, and then you see on Amazon that the product is $24.99. Right now, of course, you always want to confirm that these are even the same product. But if you look at it, you can see this is the same product. Now, this one also comes, it says, with a magazine for the NCC 2893. I don't know if this, I mean, that would be an extra thing that you'd be providing, if anything, but I think it does come with the magazine. They mention the magazine here in the description, so okay, so that's fine as well. Yeah, see, it comes with an in-depth magazine, so we know this is definitely the same product. Even the magazine that it comes with is the same, right? And I put in the cost of goods, which is $14.40, and you see the ROI, the profit is $2.71, but the ROI is 17%. That's fairly high. You're not always going to get a 100, 165% ROI when you're doing retail arbitrage, but if you do, that's great if you find that. But this is much more common to find like a 17% or something like that, right? Which is still considered pretty good. You can take this and copy it, the source of the product. I would go ahead and put that. If you're using Sell Assistant app, you can go ahead and put that in here as well. You don't have to put it here because remember, it's already stored right here. This is the URL, right? So you don't need to do that here. The reason for me putting it in here on Seller Assistant app Chrome extension is that I'm actually going to save it, and I already connected a Google Sheet in the previous video, and I'm going to show you, see if I can get to that Google Sheet right here. Connect Google Sheet. Alright, now I already connected the Google Sheet, so here's the Google Sheet, and this product should now be saved. The ASIN is there, the URL, the all that stuff, even the source information is there, even the profit that I just calculated, 17% ROI on the product. So I highly recommend this Chrome extension for all the things it does. Also shows you have approval. You don't see that any risk here for no risk for IP complaints is over here, so that's good. You have all this stuff available, right? And you can save and build a Google Sheet automatically of products that you want to sell. However, if for whatever reason, and by the way, I have a link in the description of this video again for this Chrome extension. You get a deal through my link, so I highly suggest it. But even if you're not going to do that, you could rely on the Google Sheet as well. The price being $24.99, which I already popped in, the Amazon price. The way this works is if you were buying the product, sometimes we have 2-packs and things like that, multi-packs at the supplier, so this is why I have all of these columns there. By default, it's going to be 1. In this case, it's definitely 1 because you're only buying 1 unit of the product, meaning it's only being sold as 1 unit at a time. But if you're buying more than 1 unit, you can do that too. You can say, well, I'm going to buy 10. Let's say you're going to buy 10. Hey, why not? If you're going to buy 10, it's going to calculate your subtotal for you. You're going to have to put in the shipping. You have to go to the supplier and find out what the shipping will be if you buy 10. Alright, so I would have to add this to the cart. Actually, let me go ahead and do that. View my cart, and let me see. Says 10% off its stock, March 4. I mean, you could actually, you can go through this process, but really, okay, I'm not going to do that because really this is just an estimate. Alright, so you just kind of find out. You can look at their shipping policy, get an idea of if you're going to pay shipping or not. That's the subtotal. If you know you're kind of generally what you pay in tax, you can put the tax percent here, or just kind of guess general. You get an idea of what you're going to spend. How many is going to calculate the tax for you, the total cost when you include in the tax. Cost per unit, meaning, well, you're buying 10. How much are you paying for each one? Well, if you're buying 10 and you're spending this much on it, and let's say you did spend on shipping. Let's just say you spent $5 on shipping. Well, it's going to give you. It's going to include all of that when it calculates the cost per unit, and now you're going to know, well, this is what I paid per item, right? How many items are there in the unit? Again, just one, because this is just a single item. This is one item per unit. A unit means every time I hit add to cart, right? One. Okay, one item. It's just one item. So that's my cost per item, $15.65. Alright, so I'm very detailed about how I calculate to try to accommodate different situations. Now the items per ASIN are important too, because sometimes we have a 2-pack on Amazon. This is not a 2-pack, it's just one item. This is one item at Supplier, and then it's that same one item on Amazon. So in this case, it's just the default 111. We don't have to really change anything, right? So the cost per item is just the same thing, $15.65. That's what I pay for at the Supplier. One item per ASIN. Cost per ASIN, meaning how much did I spend? When I say cost per ASIN, what did it cost me from the supplier to fulfill, to get the product that is worth one ASIN, if that makes sense, right? But again, because it's just one on each, we don't really have to think about that. But if this were like a 2-pack, I would have to think, well, it's going to be twice. I'm going to double my cost per ASIN, right? But it's only one, so it's just one. So it's $15.65. That's the cost per ASIN. So once I know how much it costs me to get the product, the Amazon product, or the product on Amazon, I put in the referral fee. It's 15%. I have that as kind of like the default. If you're ever not sure about the referral fee for a category, I'm really taking this opportunity to point these things out. They have this, which is again is on Seller Central, the referral fee schedule. And if you go to referral fees, you're going to see, if you scroll down, the different referral fee percentages for different categories. And based on the category that you're selling, you will be able to know your percent. A lot of them are 15%. Toys and games, which is what we're looking at right now, is in fact 15%. 30% minimum, meaning the fee is going to be at least 30%. All right, so basically 30 cents. 30 cents minimum. So back to the spreadsheet. I have now. The other thing is FBA fee. Now it's actually $4.52. Sorry, that's something else I was doing. So this is actually $4.52 for the FBA fee. Let's not forget I'm using a Chrome extension to get the FBA fee. So I said if you're not using Seller Assistant app, what would you do? Well, Seller Central also has an FBA revenue calculator. It's going to help you determine the FBA fee of your product as well. But you may need to know the dimensions and weight. If you don't know exact, so you have to try to approximate them. Another choice, which I really don't want to go through right now here on the video, but another choice is you can actually list the product. That's something that you can do, is go ahead and list the product as an FBA product. And you're not going to send it in, just go ahead and list it. You're going to put, just list it. And it may ask for the dimensions and things like that, and then it will tell you the FBA fee of the product. But if the product has already been sent in by other people and sells FBA, which this one probably has been, you're not going to have to give it the dimensions. It's just going to tell you the FBA fee. All right, so you can get your FBA fee a number of ways. But basically, once you have the FBA fee, you're going to be able to calculate the profit per ASIN, which is $1 in this case, and that's 6.88% ROI. That's lower. So it went down than what I calculated before because I added some shipping costs and things like that. But again, I don't know with this particular product what the shipping actually is from the site. It could be zero, and if the shipping is zero, then I would only be spending $15.12 per unit. And that will change my ROI and make it a little higher at 10.59%. Right, my estimated ROI. So, these are estimations, but the point is that it's obviously profitable just based on the price difference and the fact that you have not such a huge FBA fee. And so we can pretty much make that determination. And that's pretty much how it works, right? So, yes, I found some other products. ROI might be different for these. Here's another one. I don't think this one had a very high ROI, but I think it was profitable. If I highlighted it, then it must have been profitable. $35.60. Sells here for quite a bit more, 55.63 with only a $5 and change FBA fee. Problem is that they say this Monopoly brand is likely to file intellectual property complaints, has a high risk. So you could take the risk if you want, but that's your account, your risk, right? So you think about that if you want to get an IP complaint. So I would probably just avoid that product. And then the ROI, just out of curiosity, still, I just want to see what it was. It's like 5, yeah, and definitely not worth it for 6% ROI. I don't recommend and this is another reason why I highly recommend the Seller Assistant app Chrome extension, for which I have a link. And remember, you got to deal through my link, because it's going to tell you things like this. If you're just going straight manual and no Chrome extensions, you have no way to know. I mean, you could try to research the brand online. I have videos where I've shown you can check the restricted brands list, but sometimes those lists are old. They've been on Google forever. They're not updated. So maybe they just found out this brand has IP complaints, and so you really want the software, because the software is going to be more up to date. The Chrome extension is going to keep it up to date. Okay, I mean, this is just the nature of things. You got to kind of invest in a few things in this business for your own protection, right? Here's another one. Small profit, but it's still profitable. But it's a very small dollar profit because it's a cheap item. Cheap at the supplier, roughly $3, and it's cheap on Amazon, $8.50. Alright, now I haven't even gone through all of them. There's still some here I didn't really check, and if I check more, there might be even better profitable items there. Also keep in mind, going back to the supplier page, if I can find it, the actual deals, that was only 60 products. And again, I didn't even go through all 60 yet. And there's 1,000 and something products. So you could potentially go to page 2, extract this product data the way I did the first page, right, using the Chrome extension again. You could bring that data into the system, and you could go through again and try and source the products with Google, compare and see if there's some profitable products in there as well, and there might be even more profitable products there. So you could go on for quite a while with this, just going through a lot of products. But by having the spreadsheet like this, what it's going to do is organizes the process. So now that you have a list, you can keep coming back to that list. You can stop and come back, and you have a list, and you can mark off where you left off, and you're able to take records. Plus, if you're using the Chrome extension, you're able to save the ones that you have decided you want to get. You can go ahead and save them, and those are already saved. And again, just using this is not really meant to be a database. This is just a system where you're going to source the products and pull in the product data and kind of get an idea of the profit and things like that. But this is not where I want you to store. I don't want you to store the products in here. Make another Google sheet and maybe just paste the links to the products or something like that, the Amazon link and the source link, so you can remember to go back and buy the product later, right? But this is not what this is for, right? This is where you're going to do the actual research. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the idea. The only other thing is, if you want to get more advanced, you can use Keepa. I can do another video for that. I wouldn't really honestly feel like you would need Keepa here, only because being so manual, I mean, I can grab these ASINs, but I can get the price manually very quickly and just type it right in here if I'm not using and if you're not using the Seller Assistant app, you're probably not using Keepa anyway. So you can just type these prices in. But it is possible to upload ASINs in bulk into the Keepa product viewer under data, and to pull the product data down, import that product data into here, into the Keepa CSV, and then import that data into here, and it will pull in the prices from the ASINs and pull in the FBA fees. I mean, yes, it is possible to do that. But again, that's another software, which is Keepa, that you'd have to be paying for the data product features. Alright, so that is something else. Perhaps I'll demonstrate that process in another video, but that is something else that you can do as well with this. But again, that's more like if you had, like, all 60 ASINs in here, but you didn't have the prices, and you didn't necessarily want to go through and try to get them. You can try import XML prices. Sometimes it will work, and sometimes it will pull the prices, but sometimes it doesn't. That's Google Sheets command, and it's not. It doesn't always actually get all the prices from the Amazon URLs, but sometimes it does. So that's another choice as well. And that's pretty much it. I do have a link to the system in the description of this video. I definitely suggest go ahead and get a copy of the system, and you're going to use it to import data from suppliers that you scrape with Instant Data Scraper, which is a free Chrome extension that you're going to have to download, and I should have a link for that as well in the description of this video. Alright, to get the Instant Data Scraper free Chrome extension to pull the supplier product data. Alright, which you're going to map into my Google Sheets system. So that's pretty much it. Mr. Mark, this is Excel for Amazon. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them below, or you can contact me directly via the provided contact information. I hope to hear from you or see you around on the channel.